Hi, my dear students. Welcome back to Bharatiyasana Matriculation Higher Secondary School, Arakonam. I am happy to present this mysterious poem, a fantasy poem for the 10th standard students. So, this is the third part. In the first part, I had explained about an introduction about the poem and the difference between the house and the home and why the poem has written, what's the mystery behind this poem. An introduction was given, and the second poem about the poet I explained to you, about the poet, why she wrote this poem, and the first stanza we have completed, and the structure of the poem I explained to you. The structure of the poem, as the poem has got five stanzas. The poem has got 5 stanzas. Each stanza speaks about a certain points, certain quality. So the first stanza talked about the house according to the poet during the day. How he views the house during the day, or the physical structure of the house. Now let us move on to the second part. Let us move on to the second stanza. As I told you, the second stanza talks about the mysterious house, how it looks like at the night. How it looks like at night. See here. At night, the house seems to be alive. What do you mean by the word alive here? What do you mean by the word alive? The word alive means active. It is active. So much of sound, so much of noise, so much of something is going on inside. So, at night, the house seems to be alive. Yes. Lights flicker on and off. This is something very strange. It's something very strange. It's something mysterious. The lights flicker. Listen here. Flicker on and off. It goes and comes. Goes and comes. So it's something strange. That's why the poem is called a mysterious poem. Next. I am often tempted to go to the house. Listen the word. I am tempted. One way or other, I am attracted towards the house to go inside, to see what is happening inside. Since it is a large house, big house, I just want to go inside and see, tempted to go to the house, to just take a, why I have to go there? To just take a look and see what is what is really about. What is about this house? During the daytime, the house looks so big. But it is unknown, no people living inside, but it's a large, it has got a ton of space. But what about at night? The light flicker on and off. So I am one way or other, I am tempted to go inside. I am attracted to move inside the house. And why I have to go there? To take a look, just to see what is inside. What is happening there? I just wanted to see what is happening there. But fear takes over me. See here, the inner voice, something is telling the poet to go inside and see, but fear, a kind of fear that takes me. The meaning here is just stops here, not to enter inside the house. So this is the second stanza. How the house looks at night. How the house looks at night. This is what the house at night. It is there is so much of activity going on inside the house. Alive. The word means alive means activity. So lively, we can call it. Next, the light flickers on and off. I am often tempted to go inside and look certain things. But I am not. But the fear is within me. I am not interested to go inside. So this is the second stanza. Let us move on to the third stanza. I drive past the house almost every day. While she is going up and down in her car. I drive past house almost every day. The house seems to be a bit of brighter. Every time whenever I look at the house, it looks so brighter. It is attracting me. On this warm summer day in May, it plays with your mind. To me, I say it is one of the kind. Yes, I have seen many places. I have seen so many houses. Nothing attracted me like this house. Okay, nothing attracted me like this, because this house looks like a brighter. Every day it is growing. Every day it is inviting me, calling me inside, come. So it's a kind of, listen, it's one of kind, okay, I have seen. It plays with your mind. Every time it is playing in my mind. That means I am thinking about the house. Whenever I pass through the house, I am always invited by the house or called by the house inside. See, the mind is always calling. The mind is always saying, go inside, go inside. But it is only a kind of thinking, only a kind of thinking in me. So, third stanza talks about her opinion about the house. Her opinion about the dark house, lonely house. Okay, dark house, lonely house, big house. But no one lives inside. But no one lives inside. That is a house where she says it becomes brighter day by day. It is becoming brighter and brighter. Okay. Now let us move on to the fourth stanza. The fourth stanza. The fourth stanza talks about something very strange here. A strange thing is going to happen here. A strange thing. What is that? As I told you, the house is lonely house. It's a big house. Okay, where people do not live inside. But here, beside the house sits a tree. Yes. There is a tree. Beside the house, there is a tree. Listen carefully. There is a tree. Beside the house, there is a tree. Side by, there is a tree. It never grows leaves. See, what do you mean by the tree? A tree must have leaves. Okay, it must have leaves. It must have flowers. It must have some fruits. Then only we can look at the tree and enjoy. But here, the poet says, there is a tree. Beside the house sits a tree. There is a tree. But it never grows leaves. No leaves. I have never seen leaves on the tree. When I have seen? Not in the winter. Not in the winter, spring, summer and fall. Listen carefully. In all the season, the 4 seasons, I have never seen a leaves on the tree, on any of the branches of the tree. Here the fall refers to American English. Okay, since she is from America, USA, she has used the word American English fall. British English, it is a autumn. It is a autumn. Now, so in 4 seasons, she has never seen a leaf in the tree. See the structure of the tree, the physical structure of the tree. The nature of the tree is just supposed to see leaves, flowers, or fruits. That's the nature of tree. But here there is a tree which is so strange. It's something mysterious. Something mysterious. It just sits there, never getting smaller, ever growing taller. Yes, it's always the same size. Never grows up or never it is getting decreased in size. So, how could this be? Is it possible? How would this be? So, he's asking a question. How would this be? Asking about the tree. How it is possible to have such a tree which never grows? In any season, it never grows. Okay, but it remains on all the time same size. How it is possible? How could this be? She is asking a question towards the readers. Is it possible? But it is something mysterious. It is something mysterious, a strange thing that's happened. Not only the house, even the tree that is beside the house has got a kind of a strange thing, a peculiar thing about the tree. Yes, my dear students, the 4 stanzas we have completed. In the next video, we shall have the last stanza plus we shall have the conclusion. Thank you.